battles?
I think the NDC, I mean, sometimes some of their comments I don't understand. Maybe I'm misunderstanding.
Okay.
Because I think the people of Ghana, we all have every right to question why so many people from the previous administration are being cleared. It's a very legitimate concern. It's not like there was nitpicking. There was like a mass clearing exercise that happened. And for a group, for a political party that criticized the ex-government heavily on that note, I mean, it is a little hypocritical, and that's why Ghanaians are talking about it and labeling him that. And you know, when the current Attorney General had his press conference, there was something interesting that he said. Well, to me, it was very interesting when he said that in the case of Honorable GHOne, he wants to prove his innocence. So, I mean, can we infer that the others are not interested in proving their innocence? Because again, I think even last week we had the same conversation. It's very important, especially when you are coming on the back of an anti-corruption campaign. Now, how do we believe you that it's not just persecution, that your problem is not that it was this group of people that were supposedly doing this, and that you actually have a problem with the way things were happening? If one of the first things you do when you take office is to have like a mass clearing of your people. Number one, you've only been in office for about a month. So can we say that you've had enough time to go through all the cases to be able to determine that there's nothing there? And as I say, when we pack all the cases together, then it's easy to say you've had 8 years, blah, blah, blah. But if you take them singly, some of them started in 2020, some even in 2021. So obviously that has to be allowed to go through the system so that we can come to some resolution, because there are huge volumes of monies that have been locked up in these things. Personally, the things I want to see, I want to have, and I think a lot of Ghanaians are also coming along those lines, that they want to see a resolution on that, because there were huge volumes of money lost in those things. Sagleme, number one, because that's like clear. I can see how some of these cases can be difficult to prosecute, but just on the face of it, I mean, you were given money for this, you didn't even produce half of it. So obviously there are some questions to answer there. So I think in that case, the NDC has to be more tolerant when people air their views, because they have justified in calling the current president a clearing agent. I know the Attorney General tried to make that distinction, that he has made these decisions on his own, and so we should not label the Commander-in-Chief with these things.